we've all seen mind-reading apps, and we've all scoffed at them as they claim to be psychic. Derren Brown is different. He doesn't pretend to be clairvoyant, and he really admits it's a trick. But how on earth does he do something like this?
You got it. What is it?
Warren Street.
Warren Street. Okay.
All right, this is Derren Brown. All right, that is extraordinary.
Thank you.
Extraordinary. But you hypnotised him, didn't you?
No.
Why are you doing like that in front of the face?
There's no hypnosis on the show. What there is a lot of suggestion and working with suggestion. It's kind of like hypnosis, but without the hypnosis, without the trance. It's just getting ideas into people's heads. And frankly, if you stick a camera in someone's face and a big boom microphone, it puts them in a very suggestible state, like when people come up on stage.
Yeah, but the first time you said to him, where are you getting off at? And he said Warren Street or Booth Street, I forget.
Warren Street.
Warren Street. And then you do a bit of business and you say, where are you getting off? He says, no, how does that happen? What's the process?
He's not going to tell us, is he?
No, but is it a trick?
No, well, if someone comes up to you in the street and says, it's not 20 to 4, your reaction is not to go, yeah, I know, it's whatever. Your reaction is just to stare and be bewildered, and that's a very, very suggestible state of mind that you go into. All I'm doing is I'm inducing that, and then by using a lot of linguistic tricks to get him into it.
Very interesting face.
He's got a very interesting face, hasn't he? Well, when did you go out? Because on
New Year's Day, the third one.
Well, we've seen other clips. It's amazing. But you're going to do a trick now, okay? I've got a very regular, ordinary pound coin, and you say, right, that if I swap it into any hand and put my fist in front of you, you can always tell me which hand it's in.
Let him. He's in control.
Oh, you're in control. All right, go on, then you do it.
It was in that one. No, you take it. I don't want to touch it.
Okay, is that right? Okay.
Behind your back.
Yep.
Put it in either hand.
Yep. And
then just bring your hands out and try not to give away which hand it's in. All right? Try not to give it away. You will do something to give it away. You'll do some little thing that will tell me which hand it's in. It's in this one, isn't it? Yeah, fantastic.
How?
Now,
can you do that again?
Hang on,
50-50.
50 quid says I can get this 5 times in a row.
Hang on, I've got a tenner, I think. I can only bet a tenner. Sorry.
Well,
it's my kind of bet, actually.
You put down a tenner, I'll put down 50.
All right, you're on.
All right? And I should absolutely say this doesn't always work.
No.
I may genuinely get this wrong. I don't care if I lose the 50 quid because this is a real rush for me just trying
this. I don't care if you lose it either.
All right. Now, the second time tells me if you're a challenger or a responder. All right? In that a challenger keeps it in the same hand to try and catch me out. A responder puts it in the other one because he picks up on the 50-50 thing. I think you're smart enough to change and put it in that one this time, so there you go. So that's 2. Okay.
Guys, just to show you, there's nothing in the other hand.
All right, third time.
What about that? Can we do it one more time?
Put it.
Double
2 more times?
One more time.
One more time. Okay, one more time. One more time. Double quits.
I got 50. I've got it, but I've got 50, right?
All right.
Everything on the table. Everything on the table.
Everything on the table.
Challenger, responder. Challenger, responder.
Now, maybe there's no such thing as a challenger or a responder. Maybe now just put it, it's a bit of pride now. It's a pride now in being a challenger, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a certain amount of, as if you're somehow sort of chickening out if you put it in the other one. I will ask you to do one movement, that will tell me which hand it's in. Cross your hands over, put one on top of the other. Normally people put the guilty one at the bottom. Don't open your hand, don't open your hand, let me just tell you. Normally people put the guilty one at the bottom, you won't, you'll put the guilty one at the top. Don't open it, but it's the top one, isn't it? All right, don't open it, let me just, one more thing. Keep it closed for a second. Here's the weird thing. You know whether it's heads or tails at the moment. You know whether it's heads or tails up, you do. You don't know how you know, but you know, and you know because there's 1,000 nerve endings in your hand and the palm of your hand and your fingertips telling you what it is. Don't try and feel for it, they won't do you any good. Just look me in the eyes. Is it heads or is it tails?
I don't know.
Is it heads or is it tails?
Heads.
Heads, have a look, you're right.
Come on. I think that's a lot of fun.
You know when you asked...
Go on.
You know when you asked him to put one hand under the other? There was a very definite hesitation there while you were deciding what to do.
You would have naturally wanted to put it underneath and
exactly, and he went, did it that way. I got that, you see.
Mr. Clever Club.
And I would have counted.
Judy's turn now.
You want to try something? All right, well, the classic test for ESP done in the 1930s at Duke University in the States, all right? You have 5 different symbols to think of: circle, square, star, cross, wavy lines. I'll show you them. And you have to transmit the shapes that you were thinking of to the person on the other side of the screen. Now, there's no screen here, so you'll just have to think of it. We've got a circle, a square. These are the original cards that we used. A star, a cross, and wavy lines.
Just let the camera pick them up. Come on.
Okay. So what do you want me to do? Just think of one?
Think of one. Don't give it away by staring too much at anyone, but just think of any one of them. Right. I've got the same set here.
Do I look at you?
You look at me, you think of the shape, and you try and transmit that shape to me. Do you believe in any kind of psychic ability, honestly?
To some extent.
To some extent. I don't, and this isn't psychic. You will tell me what it is. The more you try not to, the more you will. Are you a good poker player?
No.
Are you a good liar?
No.
one of these two. Again, I may get it wrong. If I get it wrong, I learn your... You didn't go for the star, did you?
I did.
You did. And why did you go... And why did you go for the star?
Probably because it's Christmas.
All right, 1 in 5. We'll do it again. Can you, without even looking, can you think of another one?
Yes.
Got it? Look at me. Just think of the shape. Don't change your mind now. Stick with that shape. Oh, the wavy lines.
Yes!
Yeah. We'll do it again?
I've never even met this guy before. Who is it?
Do you want to do it again?
Last night, Judy?
Yeah, one more.
One more time. All right. Have you got one? We'll build up the suspense, all right? I'll go for that. Take out the one you were thinking of, put it face down on the table opposite mine. I won't change mine, it's down. Even if I catch a glimpse on the monitor, I won't change it, it's down. I want to do a few in a row with you. All right, no, put it down there now, opposite mine. So I was going to do a few in a row with you now, all right? So let me see. Think of another, we'll do a few in a row. Can you think of one? You got one? Look at me. Got it. Face down on top of yours. We're going to make 2 piles. I'll always put my one down first, all right? Fantastic. You didn't change your mind on the last one, did you?
No.
Circle. And that was a square?
So sorry, we've got to go. We're here all night. You're coming back.
You're coming back a bit later.
I'd love to, absolutely
do
love
something
to.
with Matthew Modine.
I'd love to try something with you.
And you're going to read my mind.
I'd love to.
You're going to tell me what I'm thinking about at the end of the show.
Absolutely, if you're up for it. Yeah.
I'm very up for it. Are we up for it? Yeah. The whole show. Just do the whole show with this guy. Do you know, this reminds me of the night back in the 70s when I saw Uri Geller for the very first time on television, and you thought, this bloke is going to be massive. You're massive.
Thank you very much.
Okay. See you in a few minutes, all right? Go on. What was he doing there? Was he looking at your eyes or your pupils?
If I'd done the thing totally with cards, I would have said the cards must be marked in some way.
But you were doing it in your head?
But the first 3 or whatever, I did purely by thinking about them.
Wow.
Extraordinary.
Hot
Very
stuff.
odd. We'll take a very short break. When we come back, we'll be talking to the incredibly gorgeous Matthew Modine.
Steady
See you
on,
in 1
Finnegan.
minute.
So here we are, 2 ordinary stick matches, yeah? So what I would do is
Gotta get better,
just pass one between the other. So you see
Oh, very good. That was excellent. Yay.
Very
That was
good.
very good.
pretty good.
I was about to say this better get good, and it did. All right. Do
Derren.
yours as quick as you can.
All right, Matthew. It's an envelope for you.
You're not going to try to up me, are you? Okay.
It wouldn't really...
It's got my name on it.
It's got Matthew on it. There's something in there.
Yes,
There is
sir.
something sealed in that envelope. And for the record, I have not shown you what's inside this envelope. You do not know what's inside that envelope, do you?
No, I do not.
You don't. Okay, hang on to that. It's a drawing of something. If you look at me, I'm actually going to be telling you at a level that you won't pick up consciously what's in that. So you look at me and take your time and start to form the image now. All right? It's a drawing. It's in black ink. I've done it in marker. And it's something fairly simple. Not as simple as like a circle, but not as complicated as a complicated landscape. Look at me. You getting a picture? Can you see something in your mind? Can you start to form that?
I don't want to tell you what I see.
Don't be rude. Have you got something?
Yes, I do.
All right. Is it a shape? Is it an abstract shape, or is it a is it a
Figure.
thing? It's a figure. It's a thing. Will you draw it for me?
Yeah, sure.
I won't judge you on your artistic skills. They're better than mine.
Oh, nice pen.
Thank you very much.
Very nice. Nice than
Do you
mine.
want to write out my script? I can draw.
Yeah, okay, thank you. There we are. To do it quickly, right? Put my pen's ink in a
And
bit.
if this is wrong, if there's nowhere near what's inside, then
All right.
doesn't matter.
There we try this now. Oops.
Right, looks like
Oh, it's a heffalump.
it's
Yeah,
an
a
elephant.
heffalump, yeah.
Nelly the elephant.
There you go.
Just show it to the viewers. Yeah.
Okay.
How's
that?
it? Which one? That one? Right, that. Oh, yeah. It's an elephant.
Elephant, go on.
All right, so,
What
that,
next?
Right.
right, so as you were doing that, what made an elephant come to mind?
Well, I was looking at you and you reminded me of an elephant.
Really? Do me a favour, open up the envelope.
Yeah.
It's not exactly the same, but it's...
It's not exactly the
so
same.
you haven't seen this before. You had no idea what was in that envelope.
No, I've just met you.
Go on, hold it up. Hold it up.
It's a better drawing than mine.
Oh, this is ridiculous.
Go on.
Excuse me, can we have a wooden stake, some petroleum and some rope? We are burning you at the end of the show. You're dangerous.
More from Derren later on in the show. We've got to take a break. Still to come. You tell us what you think we need to do in this country to stop paedophiles slipping through the net. We'll see you later.
Good.
Quite amazing.
Mass sort of hypnosis, or not hypnosis, but suggestion.
Go on then, what are you going to do to
Well, yeah,
Richard,
what are you gonna
because it's not me.
Oh, I lost the top.
I'd like to do something more personal with you if you're up for that. If you're happy.
Ooh.
Judy's happy? Game boy?
You can intervene at any point and stop it. All right. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to think for me of a memory from childhood or when you were young, or something that nobody could know about, nothing you've been talking about, nothing I could have asked anybody.
A specific childhood memory?
A specific childhood memory.
An incident, sometimes.
An incident, yeah, not just a view out of a window, but
No,
a specific thing maybe that happened or...
Give me a sec, yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I've got one.
You've got one?
I've got one.
All right. Nothing filthy, is it?
Oh,
He values his job.
Right. Visualise this thing. I need you to really see it in your mind and be there. And in the short time we've got, I'll try and get as close as I can to what it is. All right. So here's what you do. Picture it as if you were inside the memory looking out. Does that make sense?
I've got it,
So
yeah.
don't see yourself in it, but see yourself looking out and see everything
through
around
my
you.
childhood eyes. Right.
All right. If there's movement, make it move like a film around you on a big panoramic screen. Make the colour brighter and more vivid. Be right. You stand up for me.
Yep.
Stand up for me. Right. Look at me. Right. Now the first thing is. Now, sometimes to do this with people, it's something pleasant like a holiday. Don't give anything away. Keep an absolute poker face. So sometimes it's something a little more unpleasant, like an accident. Oh, there you go. So it's an accident. It's something that happened that went wrong. Maybe you hurt yourself. Am I close? Yeah. All right. Absolute poker face. So it's anything out loud. Just think yes or no as I do it. All right. Age-wise, I'd say a lot of people go back to when they're very, very young. With you, this is a bit old. Maybe 6, 7, something like that. Maybe 7 or 8. That kind of, that, yeah, not tiny baby and not sort of teenagers. All right. Okay. Now this is you. And it's outside, and there's other people around. Is that right? There's a couple of good friends around as well. All right, 2 good friends, and they're both male. And you're outside. This is near your house, but not in the garden. But it's sort of nearish where you live. Is that right? So a couple of minutes away. All right. And there is movement, and you are. This is something you're playing with. There's a group of people like you're playing with a bunch of friends, and something happens. Something happens, and you hurt yourself. Is that right? It's like you trip, or you crash into something. You crash into. Thank you. You crash into something. So you're. I don't think you're in a car because this is very outside. This is not enclosed. This is you're on a bike. Are you on a bike? Did you fall off a bike?
I did.
Are you 6 or 7 years old, whatever? You fall off a bike and you're with kids your own age. I don't know if it's a school class or who are you with?
I'm with the Cubs.
You're with the Cubs
at my school. And I crashed. It was my first day on my first ever bike. I'd learnt to ride it that afternoon, and I crashed it into the school wall. And all my friends were around me.
And
wow.
do you know,
How about that?
Thank you.
Do you know something? I mean, this is not a con, and I didn't know what he was going to say. We didn't discuss it, even I didn't.
And you hadn't told anybody about it?
I haven't spoken about that for years.
Not even me.
That's why I selected it. I tried to get something vivid, but that would bore people.
Right.
You know, who cares that Richard fell off his bike when he's a cub? That was amazing.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
Derren, you're a genius.
Darren, can you come back next week and do it again?
I'd love to. Absolutely.
Well, I'll be back next week. If you can make it, we'll sort it out.
Thank you.
Okay, and don't forget his show. It's on New Year's Day on Channel 4. That's it for today. Dervla Kerwin and Marty Pello are here tomorrow.
I've got nothing to say, really. It's our homemade sledge race, live from a real snow slope and hosted by Stuart Hall. Thanks for watching. Thanks for all your calls, and we'll catch you tomorrow. Bye.
Bye-bye.